Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about some pros and cons about being an expat in Lebanon. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that they think Americans are really cool. When I first got here, and every time I used to visit, like in the past, they were like, oh my gosh, you're American, tell us all about it, tell us all about how you live and what you do and blah blah blah. They're like always interested in learning about American culture. So yeah, it kind of makes me feel special in a way because they always want to know stuff about me and I'm interesting. And same goes with when I go back to the US. They're like, oh my gosh, you live in Lebanon? That's so interesting. Talk to me about it. Like, tell me all about it. So wherever you go, you're like really interesting. Another thing here, everyone always asks me to help them with grammar issues or spelling or like, can you edit an email or can you check out my cover letter for a job? People who aren't like experts in English, they'll come up and ask you like, oh, how do you say this or how do you say that? There's actually a huge expat community here and I have met some people, but the crappy part is like when you make a really good friend who's also an expat, they leave pretty much because their contract is over, because they're here on like a work basis, a contract basis for work. So when that's finished, they leave, they go back to the US or wherever they're from. So that kind of sucks. Like, you get close to somebody and then they're like, oh, I'm leaving back to the US. And I'm like, no, not you too. So it's kind of exhausting. Don't go into a store that isn't like a chain store and speak English. You'll automatically get ripped off. So my dad has to come with me to those small shops and stuff to basically haggle, or I just don't even talk. He's like, don't speak, let me talk, let me do the talking. So he like gets me really good deals or whatever, like he'll talk them up, and then find out that he's related to them and then they'll give you a discount. Basically if you speak English, they feel like they can rip you off. So learn the basic phrases like, how much is this, or do you have this in my size? Those words will get you far and they'll get you to spend a lot less money on stuff. Getting used to the electricity cuts was kind of annoying at first, but now I'm okay with it, like, because we have a generator in this building. When I lived with my dad, his building does not have a generator because it's old, and yeah, that sucked. But now it's okay, it's like only 3 hours a day or whatever, I don't know how many. But I hardly notice it. It's just the fact that like when the generator is on, like you can't use all these electric devices all at once. So let's say I put the hot water to take a shower and I want to make coffee or something. I can't do that because then the electricity will just go off because I've used too much like electricity or whatever. So you have to sort of adjust to that. Like, what I do is unplug the fridge and then make coffee and then plug it back in. Cooking here is also like much more difficult, I think, for me than in the US because I'm used to like getting a bag of already made salad and just dumping it into a plate, putting, the dressing and whatever vegetables and then just eating it. But here it's like the bags are like really expensive if they have that in your grocery store. And they're usually not washed, so you have to wash them anyway. Or you just get like the whole head of lettuce, the whole tomato, the whole, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's exhausting to cook here. Like, you have to chop, you have to dice, you have to wash the lettuce, you have to rip it open and blah blah blah. It's like way too much work. People are always like so amazed at why I'm obsessed with Lebanon so much, like especially when I first got here, everybody's like, you're American, why do you love it here so much? Well, that's the thing, like I'm from the US, I'm not from here, so when I got here, it's a whole new place with everything new, and so yeah, of course I'm gonna be like so excited about it and want to explore and learn everything. And so basically, as an expat, you see the country you're living in with different eyes. So you come in sort of with already like a perspective, like, ooh, I'm gonna go explore and see everything there is to see and do everything there is to do. I never get bored. I'm literally never bored here. Like, it's so difficult for me to get bored here. Like, there's always something to do, and I'm never bored of the country itself. Like, it's so awesome and it has so much to offer. Like, the mountains, the beach, the traveling, you know, to different little towns and exploring them. Like, there's always something. So now, like 6.5 years, I should be fluent in Arabic, but unfortunately I'm not. I'm not, but I mean, I can understand like 80% of it, so that's pretty good. Like, I understand what people are saying, I just can't really reply back as eloquently as I would like to. But yeah, I mean, I can get by. So now, like, when people are talking and I hear them talking about the American girl, I'm like, ooh. They think I don't understand what they're saying, huh? I can understand most of everything. Damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Now everybody knows. No, my plans are ruined. So the top pro is that you get to experience a new culture, you get to learn a new language, and I mean, you open yourself up to so many new experiences being an expat. It's like insane. The experiences never stop. Like, you're always doing something new and talking to your friends back home about it, and they get to hear about it. And so it's just a really cool way to live. The main con is being far from home, and like, I only get to see my mom once a year, and for like a month I'm far from my childhood friends, like from friends who I've known for years and years. It's hard sometimes. I mean, although we have Skype and WhatsApp and all those things now, and FaceTime, and like, I talk to my best friend every day almost, so, and my mom. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but still, it's like you want to, like, call them up and be like, oh, let's go out, you know, let's hang out. And then, oh wait, you can't, because you're, like, thousands of miles away. So that's the hard part about being an expat, but the good thing is that I visit every year, so it's something to look forward to. All in all, it's a pretty cool experience, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad I am experiencing everything I'm experiencing, and yeah. And I guess that's it for this video. If you have any questions you want to ask me about expat living, another video idea that you have that you want me to do, put it in the comments down below, and see you later. Bye!